Hi, my name is Ann Hyatt Nelson. I was born and raised here in Silver Grove. I've gone to this church all of my life. I'm 85, and I've been here ever since I was, I would say, about 3 months old on the cradle roll. I was baptized here. I was married here. Been a member all of these years. The church was being built in 1917, founded in 1917. I think they started holding church services in 1918. A minister from, I think, Dayton came and had the first services. And from then on, it was minister after minister after minister until about 1940. And then we had a man by the name of Anderson. I want to say Kenneth Anderson, but I'm not real sure on that. And from then on, the ministers, they came from College of the Bible in Lexington. And then they started coming from the Cincinnati Bible Seminary. And as they came from the Cincinnati Bible Seminary, it seemed like they stayed longer. And the longest two would have been Larry Stiles and Rob Brown, our current minister. He's been here quite a while, I think about 11 or 12 years. The 1937 flood took the pews and everything out of the church. There was a lot that was destroyed during that time, and they replaced them with seats like theater seats. They folded up, and then I don't know how many years ago they replaced them with the pews, and everything was destroyed, and they brought clothes and things in from all over the United States like they do today now, and my sister and I each got a dress from some man out in the state of Washington. And then I don't remember too much about the flood. I was pretty young at that time. And then another interesting story was when our stained glass windows were stolen during the construction of the new addition. Somebody came in and took 3 of our windows, and they were found, I think Neil said, in Newport by members of our church. So we were real happy to get those back. And then one night during a Christmas program, the choir was up there singing and doing a very good job. And they were singing, "Do you see what I see?" And what we were seeing was a bat flying around in the church. And we're all holding our heads and laughing, and the choir's still singing, and what's going on, you know. But the bat kept flying, and somebody finally got the bat, and things calmed down. I think our 100th anniversary was something we will always remember. And we opened the time capsule and found coins, a Bible, papers with the names of the original trustees and founders. We don't know whether the one picture was of the first preacher or not, because there were no names on there. But that was just a good time. The church was full. Everybody was smiling. I never saw so many smiles and hugs in my life as we did that day. And it was just a happy, happy day. In 1975 or early 76, a new addition on the back of the church was added, a big fellowship hall, new Sunday school rooms downstairs. So as time went on, we had always had an organ or a piano, and Mrs. Lucy played the organ, and I think Mrs. DeMoss played the piano. And then the years went by, and they changed over to a guitar and a drum. And the music, the songs have changed too. We sing mostly praise songs and occasional old hymn. The stained glass windows that we have in the church are the original windows. Some of them were donated, but up by the pulpit, there's a round stained glass window that I absolutely love. And usually around 11 o'clock in the morning in the summer, the sun shines in that window and just really brightens it up. And I love that window. And of all the windows in here, and these windows, when people walk in this church, if you've never been here before, the first thing they say, "What beautiful windows." And we are very proud of these windows and glad to get our 3 back that were stolen. Also, with our vacation Bible school, the Sunday before it started, we would have, I think it was a Sunday, we would have bike parades, and the kids would decorate their bikes, and I think they gave a prize for the best decorated bike, and we would have the police department, the fire department going around town blowing their sirens, and everybody would be out looking, where's the fire, what's the police going, and it was a bike parade, and the kids loved it. They absolutely loved it. I don't know too much about the Vacation Bible School, except, yes, we lined up outside. And the kids would be lined up down the street. And as we came in, they would be playing the piano and we'd be singing Onward Christian Soldiers. And that's how the kids marched in. They came in and sat down and were very well behaved, except for the stomping of the feet. Other than that, it was a great time. Just a really, really great time. Another thing, in the inside of the church, we used to have 2 aisles, not a center aisle. There was seats on the right and the left and seats down the center. And one of the girls wanted to get married here, but she wanted to walk down the center aisle. So her dad came, and he was an elder here, and proceeded to change the seating of the church. And it is the way it is today, so she got to walk down the center aisle. Around 1960, the church purchased a house next door from, I think it was Gene Jenkins and his wife. I don't know how much they paid for it, and for the parsonage. And there was a swimming pool in the backyard, an in-ground pool, which for that time was pretty unusual for people in Silver Grove. And they had a big discussion in the church whether they wanted to keep that pool or not, because, insurance purposes and all kinds of legal things if a kid would, get hurt or something. So they decided to fill the pool in. So the parsonage in the back has an in-ground pool, but it's covered with dirt. Another thing that the church is going to do, they're going to have a new time capsule. Inside will be a bulletin, coins from 1917 and coins from 2017, a sermon from Rob's sermon from that day, stamps. In 2017, we had a total eclipse of the sun, so the stamps are the pictures of the eclipse. They will be put in there. It's a whole book of stamps, not just one. And I can't think of anything. And one of the gentlemen from the church made the box, the time capsule, to put this in, Jim Patrick, and it's copper, and he made it to look like the original time capsule. So both of them will go back in, and there's a spot back here in the church where everybody knows where it is, that it would be sealed in there, hopefully for the next 100 years, but maybe sooner, we don't know. But I'm sure people back in that day, when they open that up, will be surprised to see some of the things in there. Like we were surprised to see the coins and the hymn books. Oh, there might be a hymn book in there. I hope so, because they're going to have the old hymns in it. That's what I like. So other than that, I don't know what else will be in that time capsule. But I know it was just great fun to see what was in the old one. And probably we weren't quite as amazed at what was in there as the people that open this new one will be, because it's going to be such a change. They probably won't even recognize some of the things that are in there. So I love this church. I just love this church. The people in it, I've known most of them all my life. I know all of theirs because I'm much older than they are. But it's just a great church. People love each other here, and it's genuine. It's not put on. They really do love each other, and it's a I call it a family of God, and I'm happy to be proud of that family of God. And I hope the church stays here for another 100 years, or until the end of time, really. So I don't know. It's just a good place to come. Everybody's welcome. The door's never shut on Sunday morning. Anybody can come, and it's a good place to be. Just a good place to be.